Well, good morning, everyone, once again. I didn't manage to pick up 2x4s or anything for shelving in the storage unit, but I did manage to get my thermostat wire and other wires all put in, ran, and then re-insulated. But today, I think I'm going to clean up in here a little bit and then try to get the rest of the sheetrock in here. See if I can put some mud and tape on the walls a little bit. And while that's drying, maybe I can work on the storage shed some. Because a lot of the stuff that came out of the storage shed originally ended up in the shop. So now I gotta try to get that organized and clean out the shop and restack everything down at the storage shed here. So, but first I got to make more of a mess. I'm going to go stick this ash out there in the storage shed for the time being, and then move it 4 more times. But I still need a few bits and pieces of that. So, but anyhow, after I get it cleaned up in here a bit, I'll come back to you guys. Well, hello guys. I forgot just how messy it was to sheetrock, drywall, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just cleaning up a bit, trying to get things organized a little bit in here, or as much as I can. And then I can start taping. As you see, I got the main rooms done. The Staffrey power station's still holding pretty good, at least for lighting and for screw guns and such. But I need to get it cleaned up here a little bit today so I can actually start taping. And I'll get busy on that, and I'll get back with everyone. Hey guys, I'm not a professional taper by any means. I've done enough to be dangerous at it, but I'm slow and I have to do a lot of sanding, so bear with me. Taping generally consists of 4 parts. The fire taping, meaning filling the cracks and crevices with mud and then applying a tape over them. Then there's the build-up step, which you cover the tape with mud and fill the shallow spots. And then the feathering step, where you apply the mud and feather the edges and spread the joints over a larger area of the drywall in order to kind of blend them in. And in my case, lastly, lots of sanding. A little hint also, if you can keep the ridges down, it really aids in the sanding portion of the job, as I found out over the years. Hollows can be filled, but the ridges have to be sanded down. Okay guys, gonna have to forgive me on this stuff because it's been a while since I've had to tape anything. You know, I don't do it as a profession. So I'm sure I'll be doing some things different than what some of the other professionals do. But we'll get it done. So there was a little bad area in here that I just cut out. I was going to get it on the video, but I didn't have the camera pointed in the right direction. And I just filled it with some drier mud and a little bit of a pre-fill. Okay guys, I've been using on the straight seams this fiber tape. It's supposed to crack less and have more forgiveness. Unfortunately, I can't fold it nice and even. So I don't know if you have to use a special tape for that or not, but anyhow, I got the old paper tape that's got a crease right down the center. And I'll just use that on my corners and such. And just fold up a decent sized chunk and tuck it in the mud. Once you get the tape in there, you can carefully rub it back in and pull out all your excess mud. Got to be careful though so you don't tear the paper as you're doing it. I'll make sure it's fully embedded, otherwise you'll get bubbles and hollow spots. Of course, I'm slower than snot at this. As I said, I don't do this as a profession. Kind of reminds me of the Karate Kid. Smear on, smear off. Well guys, I think I'll get back to you after a while because I got to put a radio on because all the voices in my head are talking to me, so got to drown them out. But I'll get some more of this on and then get back to you when something else changes. Corner bead. We're just going to embed it in the mud. Get the other one on there. And then take off the excess. This will probably take a couple days to dry. You always want it to dry before you put the next coat on. Otherwise you end up in a hell of a mess, as I've found out in the past. And that's supposed to help prevent chips and stuff. Well, unfortunately, pretty much all the batteries have died now, including the battery that's running me. I just got to put tape on the dormers and that back wall upstairs. Otherwise, I got my first coat on pretty much the whole thing, minus the stuff upstairs. Just 2 more to go. This has always been the worst one. This is the one with the tape in it. The rest of them, they get thin to wing. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. You know, had to take care of a couple little owies here and there, but generally speaking, it's coming out pretty nice and flat. So I'll get back at you guys. Well, boys and girls, it's time to put some shelves down here at the cabin's storage shed. Just got done cleaning it out. I didn't think anyone wanted to watch that, so. But I think I'm going to put a L-shaped shelf all the way across to store stuff on top of it. And then back at the shop, I've got a bunch of plastic shelving that I'll stick on this wall here. And then I'll be able to stick a bunch of bins and stuff and clean out my shop and bring the stuff down here that belongs down here. But right now I got kind of a mess around here, as you see. Anyhow, I'll get busy doing that and come back to everyone after I get set up. Of course, while I was cleaning out the storage shed, running across a family of these guys, which didn't make me too happy. And I'm just using the scrap that I've had sitting here from the cabin build. So most of this is rough cut. And then I brought some rips, a 3-inch or 3/4 inch material from the shop for a tabletop. And that should do fine for shelving in here. And I can get my wood back stored underneath. Anyhow, I'll get back to you. Well, good morning, everyone. After working on the storage shed yesterday for a bit, we've got the shelves up and cleaned up in here quite a bit. Opened up a lot of floor space by putting the cabinets up on the shelving. And then I stacked the leftover ash underneath the one side and leftover pine underneath the other side, along with some shingles. So anyhow, that's much more usable now. But part of today I'm going to have to work in the garden. Well, Looks like it's bean picking time. I should just get rid of these bucket plants, seeing how I don't think anything's going to do anything. We've only got about another month before frost hits. Whole bunch of beans on here ready to go again. I don't want them to get woody, so. Well, it looks like the garden's producing once again. Bucket of cucumbers and green beans, wax beans, miscellaneous peppers and tomatoes. Those are the cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes. But we're getting some coloring to our slicers now. I don't know if you can see that. So cool, cool, cool. Look at the banana peppers in here. And jalapenos are all about ready to be picked too. But I might let them turn black or even red. Brother-in-law wants salsa, so we will try to make some salsa. Bell peppers everywhere. Onions are still getting shaded, but they're still growing, so. Sweet corn will be ready probably in a week. Unfortunately, you know, 1 week we get a drought, and then one day out of the following week we get the torrential downpours, and everything's starting to turn funny colors here, drying up or getting over watered. But it is what it is. It is producing, so I guess that's all a guy can ask for. Well, guys, I suppose now that I've picked through the garden and stuff, now I have to take the time and process some beans and stuff. So I think I'm going to leave everybody here, and we will see everybody on the next one. Take care.